Okay, so how much do you really know about the dimensions that we exist in? What is the fourth dimension? The one that's after this? Well, many speculate it is time. But let's go back to the first dimension. What the hell is the first dimension? Do you know what the first dimension is? I mean, it's only one. So it's quite insignificant. We can just skip it. You could either consider it length or width, because those both things are exactly the same on the first dimension, because one doesn't exist. So you could either choose, distance or height. But on a single plane, that means there is nothing more than that. There is only that one thing. So if we move to the second dimension, which is those two things, length and height, now we have basically the equivalency of anytime that you draw a picture, that is the second dimension. You're writing on a piece of paper, you can consider that the second dimension, because that picture, no matter how well you are at making 3D drawings, is still existing in only the second dimension, because it cannot go past that height and length aspect. We as humans, we exist in the third dimension, which is length, height, width, creating mass and volume, allowing for things to be solid. Like, we know when we look at this, it's a couch. This podcast is coming from my couch. But look at my plants. Yeah, but you don't got those. So we know this couch is rounded off. Like, we know it's not just a flat surface, because we exist in the third dimension. Now, if you drew that on a piece of paper, then that drawing that exists in the second dimension. Now what about the fourth dimension? As I said, most people speculate, or actually, like, the largest theorem is that the fourth dimension is time. And, like, I have a problem with the fourth dimension being time, and for multiple reasons. If there is, in fact, infinite dimensions, which is hypothetical that there is infinite dimensions, then it doesn't feel like time, which is something of a constant, and more of... Okay, so let's talk about what time is to begin with. Time is an imaginary name that human beings created to define something that they really don't understand. Now, we use time as in the rotations of the Earth around our sun, and then the rotations of our sun around the universe, for days and years. But that's still a definition that we placed onto the universe that doesn't mean that this thing is actually what it is. If that makes sense. Which it should make sense, because humans have done that throughout, like, the existence of the metaphorical time. So time is like an imaginary construct that we use to help us identify and organize our lives. Through, like, carbon dating, we can identify what happened in the past, and allow the rotation of the sun to organize our lives. And then we broke it down into, like, these tiny little sections that are hours and minutes, that, again, it's all made to help us organize our lives better. But time itself doesn't exactly exist. We flow through time. Time doesn't flow through us, if that makes sense. It should make sense. So that's why I believe the fourth dimension can't be time itself. we got length, height, width. It feels like it's building something there. And time as this imaginary construct or something that we think to identify as, I don't think it is. It's probably something that we can't even see or understand or identify since we exist in the third dimension. Who knows? It could be the death is your entrance to the fourth dimension. It's that speculative. It could literally be a million different things. Which is why, another reason why it's probably not time itself. So, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Johnny Smale, and I'm not a genius. No, I'm not. I'm not a genius. And like, share, and subscribe if you got anything out of this dimensional video of multiple dimensions. Not the multiverse. Like, that's something completely different. Like, if you want to get into multiverse and like everything they do with Marvel, that is completely separate from this. And that's a whole nother mind fuck that I could unfuck. Thank you.